Hello, my name is Lainey Vaughn, and I am a retail management student at Texas Tech University. Over this semester, I've had the opportunity to do some research on Generation X females' successful rates on online shopping. With this, I was studying if whenever a Generation X female goes to a website and if they have a successful rate, which means if the website isn't user friendly, what do they usually do? So my background and purpose is this study has a minimal amount of research determining how successful Generation X females are when buying a product online. This study determines if Generation X females have a hard time when buying a product when online retailing. Generation X, which is sometimes shortened to Gen X, is the name given to the generations of Americans born between the mid-1960s and the early 1980s. People from Generation X currently make 31% of the total U.S. income, even though they only comprise 25% of the population. To avoid regretting their expenditures, Xers won't purchase a product until they've researched it thoroughly, which is why they make extensive use of search engines, online reviews, and social media networks before making a purchase. So my methodology I created over this semester is, and an online survey was created to analyze the successful purchasing rates on online retailing for Generation X females. A little over 50% responded to the survey, but only 30 were usable. Only females were able to take the survey, so there was no male participants in this research. Generation X females from the southwestern United States region took the survey over a few-week time period. Their survey was displayed only on social media and was not posted on any other social media sites. I did this due to the majority of this population having a Facebook. I knew I could reach out to them and I would get responses back. I had only posted on Facebook but had to be shared 3 different times to get to the limited required. The purpose of this survey was to analyze the results and figure out how Generation X females are successful when buying a product online. So my data analysis on question 1, it asked, looked at if the product description made a difference when Generation X females had successful purchase online. I used a 5-point Likert scale was used with the points of extremely important to not important at all. A median of 1 and an IQR of 2 resulted in the participants strongly agree that a well-detailed description helps drive the successful rate of the purchase. A median of 1 and an IQR of 2 shows that participants it is very important to have a well-detailed description of the product. So with what that is saying is when a Generation X female is online and they do not have a very well descriptive of the product, they are more likely to do more research so they know what they're going to buy, or they just won't buy it completely because they want to know what they're buying. And that has even shown in other research articles that I've used. On my second question, the second research question examined how often do they buy from Amazon, social media, or the website the participant searched. It was on another 5-point Likert scale from always to never. When asked if they buy on the Amazon, they agreed that the median was 2 and the IRQ is 3. A median of 4 and an IQ of 1 indicated that the participants sometimes buy products on social media. With the median of 2 and an IQR of 3, the participants agreed most of the time that they buy the product from the website they searched. So this shows that how they got to there or where they buy from is mainly going to be on Amazon because they have had successful products in the past, so they know what the kind of product quality they're going to get from Amazon and how they send it to them, like the time, and they know they've always had success. So they are going to use something that they are more familiar with. So the median age of the participants is aged from 39 to 46 years old. The multiple choice showed the results. 28.57 with the 32 to 38 years old range, and the 39 to 46 years old range as well. 39.29% with the 47 to 53 years old range. So I provided a chart on the product description, and it was from extremely important, very important, moderately important, slightly important, not at all important. So with extremely important, the results was almost to 20. So it showed that if it does not have a description, like I said earlier, that this is why this determines if they buy it or not. They did not, no one said anything slightly important or not at all important. So this also does show in my research that it really is important to them and they want to know what they're buying, and that's why they do so much research to get what they're going to get. So in my findings and conclusions, I had the findings showed that Generation X female consumers tend to leave the website when they're not able to navigate online shopping. Although once adding a shorter checkout experience and a detailed description of the product will have a positive impact on the online shopping for Generation X. They want simple and fast. So what this shows is whenever they are doing the checkout on online shopping, they want to be able to have a short and sweet checkout process and it for it to be user-friendly. I also asked a question on my survey is if the price goes up, do they usually leave the website? Do they just buy it, or do they leave and come back and buy it? And the majority of them said they just leave the website altogether because they do not want to be paying more. I also asked one of the questions is, what if you were a website designer, what would you do to do a website checkout process? And they all said short and sweet and not ask so many questions. So another thing one of my conclusions is another article states the same as well. When marketing to Gen Xers, it's critical to make products and services especially visible and accessible online by using SEO strategies to optimize their research and an active social media presence to demonstrate a personal and authentic brand image. This shows they want simple and to be clear without having to search through several pages. Therefore, successful online rates do have an effect on Generation X female consumers. When I was done with this research, I was not surprised because sometimes I even feel the same way and I'm not a Generation X. So they know it's more of them who are they want something more simple instead of something more complicated. They want to know what they're buying, how much the quality is going to be. They want to know the product description. Prices do affect them. The website does obviously make a difference on them, and they want to go in store and kind of feel and see what they're buying first. So the majority of them do not usually buy online, but if they do, they want something that is going to be simple in the checkout process. The product description is very well detailed. They have done past research, and that is the Generation X female successful rates on online shopping. I'm glad I chose to do this research because it's like good knowing and figuring out what another Generation X wants. So if I ever do have this job in my future career, I will be able to know what each generation wants and the successful purchasing rates I'm going to have on the online shopping. Thank you.